even the land down under has a top end. This Australian city is known as the gateway to Asia. It is so far up north that it's closer to 5 foreign capitals than it is to Sydney. Named after the famous naturalist Charles Darwin, the once little port village evolved into a sophisticated city, home to commerce, culture, and natural beauty. In this adventure, we explore Darwin, the crowning glory of Australia's Northern Territory. Embraer executive jets has always found a home in our hangar whenever they are in this part of the world. This time, they brought with them the Legacy 450, a beautiful mid-light jet. The pilot, Jason, shows me around the flight deck, which has noticeably bigger displays and a cleaner cockpit design. I like this handhold here.
The cockpit is fabulous. Like you said, the one thing is the visibility. Embraer put an awful lot of time into the engineering and the ergonomics of the cockpit, so that it reduced the workload. It kept the CRM between the crew very clear. The way that the cockpit the systems are configured on the upper screens, minimalistic. Everything is designed with safety and reducing workload in mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all the autopilot, auto brakes.
Absolutely, auto brake is another feature.
And this one has auto throttle, does it?
It's auto throttle, yes, absolutely.
That makes a lot of difference.
You have a manual and FMS control of that as well.
With full fly-by-wire controls unique to this category of aircraft, maximum performance is achieved, resulting in a smoother flight and less workload for the pilots.
The more that I use this system, the more fantastic I think it is, and what a perfect match for the aeroplane the Fusion is for the Legacy 450.
The difficult thing is we get spoiled.
Yes,
We don't want
that's
to
it.
go back.
So you don't, and then you get into an aircraft you really have to fly. I'm not looking forward to that day. I'll stick with this aeroplane.
With my good friend Manfred, I joined them on a flight to Australia's tropical capital, Darwin. Manfred is also a pilot, and it's always enjoyable talking to him about these new airplanes.
So with a 2,900 miles range, you can reach anywhere in Asia with this airplane pretty well.
Yeah, that's very comfortable. The 2.9, even the 2.5 is good, but the 2.9 is even much better, huh?
Well, this leg is to Darwin, so we'll do that quite easily.
Yes, with a lot of reserve. Only about 20 minutes into the flight, and we had already climbed to 42,000 feet.
The quietness of the aircraft's really quite amazing. Even here on full power, we can speak easily.
What did they improve on?
They focused a lot on the features of the aircraft outside. You'll find that wherever there's ailerons or flaps, they've got seals, so all the gaps are sealed.
And that adds up to the speed as well.
Correct, yeah, it makes it much smoother, and then of course the aircraft, that noise that we usually get outside on aeroplanes is all gone.
I was even able to squeeze in some work on board before enjoying the in-flight meals. After enjoying a bottle of champagne and swapping flight stories, we soon had to descend.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for
Pleasure having you here.
good old aviation days.
Yep, it's been good talking about the old days.
It felt great to test the aircraft from a passenger's point of view. But soon, we caught sight of Darwin's sandy shores. As a transport hub in the region, many of my pilot friends have interesting stories to tell about Darwin. But now, it was my turn to have my own Darwin story. I arrived in Darwin expecting a big crowded city. Instead, I was greeted by a beautiful community with the charm of a small town.
This is the
main street here in Darwin, and this is rush hour. Look at the traffic. I wish I lived in a place like this. The parks and plazas of Darwin were very relaxing. The shady trees and cool breeze made it feel like having a nature reserve right outside your door. Though the city itself was alluring, the highlight of Darwin has always been its famed waterfront, a place with a very significant past. Up next, we head for Darwin's historic waterfront, try our hand at catching crabs, and maybe even $1 million fish.